It's the final moments of the 2024 Guild elections. All the campaigning's done. All of the voting's been done. There's only one thing left, and that's to find out who's won. Let's see who came out on top. So, we now move to the NUS representatives, talking here with Cordelia, a good friend of mine. And on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you right now?
Oh, definitely 10. Yeah, I'm really excited to take on this role and go to the conference in Blackpool in April.
And what are you going to be doing at that conference?
So we have 2 days where we discuss different policies that the NUS has put forward and generally how we can lobby the government to have better conditions for students.
So important work, isn't it? And what's one thing you're really looking forward to for when you go to conference?
I think just getting a greater insight into how these institutions work and the best way that students to sort of advocate for themselves and to find out the main things that they have on their agenda and how we can improve things for students.
Well, you can breathe a sigh of relief. You're at the conference.
This means that Thomas has reached the quota and therefore is our next Communities and Equalities Officer.
Talking to your new Communities and Equality Officer, Thomas Tran. Really close fight, went all the way to round 5. How nervous were you?
I held my breath the entire time. I should have done swim when I was younger. Yeah.
I love that metaphor, Thomas. But you had to hang in there till round 5, and that shows you that last-minute campaigning sometimes useful, isn't it?
Yeah. Like everyone fought like a really well campaigned, and I ended up becoming friends with like all the candidates.
Final question: have you learned anything about yourself over this campaign, and are you a better Thomas Tran after this Guild campaign?
I think so. I think, you know, naturally when you get to talk to lots of new folks, like you learn new perspectives that you haven't heard of before, and like I was just glad that like people even like gave me the space and the time to talk about their difficulties at Exeter, and I think, yeah, I mean, I would definitely carry that in to next year of listening to folks and just making sure that like their concerns just don't go unheard, because I think the worst thing when you're going through a hard time is just to feel like no one else is there for you. So, yeah.
Well, congratulations, your new Communities and Equality Officer.
8 votes. This means that Sebastian has reached the quota and is therefore elected as your next Education Officer.
Speaking now with your new Education Officer, winner in round 3, Sebastian Racic. Tell me, what are you thinking right now?
I can't put it into words. I'm so amazed. I didn't think that I'd get so much backing. It's honestly insane, but I'm so proud of everyone that helped me out, everyone that supported my campaign, and all those amazing societies that endorsed me. Shout out to FemSoc, shout out to Labour, and shout out to Polish Society. I couldn't do it without them.
You spoke in your speech, Sebastian, about the fact that you were a state school kid who's now Education Officer. How important is that to you?
Oh, it means the world to me. Education means so much to me. It's something I've always fought for since secondary school. It's something I care about so deeply. Coming from an area that's classified an area of high deprivation, I never thought something like this would ever be achievable. Standing here in like one of the most amazing universities in the world and being able to represent student voices, I'm so incredibly proud.
And one last thing, really strong win in round 3. Your vote has turned out.
Yeah, again, couldn't have done it without people like Regan. Again, shout out to Regan. My campaign would have been in the mud without him. The amount of work we put into getting out there, talking to people, actually getting students talking to us, getting their views across, those are the things that mattered, and that's ultimately the thing that won me the election.
Congratulations, Seb, your new Education Officer.
This means that India has reached the quota and is therefore elected as your next Societies and Employability Officer.
By far the closest race of them all, down to a solitary 2 votes. Yes, 2 votes. Your Societies and Employability Officer is India. Oh my word. If I was that anxious, how were you feeling?
Oh God, I was just shaking. I'm still shaking. Everything's just so, like, emotional.
I'm not surprised it's emotional, and all that last-minute campaigning must seem very useful now.
Yes, those last 2 people I spoke to, I'm just forever grateful that they voted for me.
I'm not surprised you're grateful about that, and just how long do you think it's going to take for your blood pressure to go to a healthy level?
Probably this time next year.
Well, you know what? I can't wait to talk to you again next time for the Guild elections.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
You are the new Societies and Employability Officer.
Thank you, I'm so excited.
Which means that Kira has reached the quota and is therefore elected as your next Student Living Officer.
Ladies and gentlemen, your new Student Living Officer, Kira Brooks, dominant victory in round 3. You just said just then that that was about as far as your heart rate's ever gone. Is this true?
Yes. Honestly, I don't think my blood pressure or my heart rate or my nerves have ever been so high.
And I suppose for the benefit of your friends, do you think they'll have a slightly easier time now you're not being a nervous wreck around them?
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Honestly, I couldn't thank my friends enough. They've been brilliant. I've been a wreck. I've been so stressed for so many weeks now, and they have really been amazing in like talking me down and keeping me calm. So I'm very, very grateful.
Finally, have you learnt anything about yourself over this campaign that you're going to carry through long after the Vote Now signs go down?
I come across better on voice record than I thought I would. My expression interview, I came out of it and I thought, bit dodgy, but it actually turned out okay. Also, the fact that I am in fact not calm or collected.
But at least you know your limits, don't you? Congratulations, Kira. She is your new Student Living Officer.
This means that Chloe has reached the quota and therefore is elected as your next sports president.
I'm talking now with your new sports president of the AU. One of the closest races, not the closest, but one of the closest races, came down to 19 votes in the final round. Chloe Whitworth, you're elected. On a scale of 1 to terrifying, how scared were you in that moment when you're trying to see for the numbers that come on the TV?
I think it was quite intense. Like you said, it was down to the last vote. But obviously I'm ecstatic. I'm so excited to get started and just really overwhelmed with the amount of support and the amount of people that want positive change to Exeter sport.
What's the best thing you've learned about sport here at Exeter over the last 3.5 weeks?
I think it's that people want change and people want a more accessible sport, and I'm definitely the right person to do it. I want to reach out to those people and make Exeter sport more inclusive, more accessible and more visible.
And how are you going to celebrate tonight?
I don't know, we'll see what the football girls have planned.
We know they like a good party, don't we? Chloe Whitworth, the new sports president, congratulations.
This means that Alex has reached the quota and is therefore elected as your next guild president.
And by far the most dominant victory of them all in round 3. And mind you, there were 5 candidates in this race. It is Alex Martin, who is your new guild president. You mustn't have dreamt about such a strong result.
I did not know. I thought it was going to be much closer between me and the other candidates. So thank you to everyone who voted. It really does mean a lot to win like that. To win at all, but to win like that was fantastic. Honestly, I was so nervous. It's brilliant.
And are you ready for the pressure of being that face of the guild, that face of the student union?
I hope so. I hope this campaigning's been a bit of work experience for that, and I hope I'm ready. Yeah.
Are there any tips you'd give to people that might want to run for the guild president role next year for their campaign, given you had such a astounding success?
Recruit Ed Barradell. But other than that, buy a lot of flyers and put them everywhere, because it really did help for me.
Well, it's good advice. I'm going to let you go to the Ram to get a pint to celebrate. But ladies and gentlemen, we've spoken to all of the candidates, all the winners, and that is Guild Election 2024 done and dusted. Thank you for watching.